Okay, for this project I am using a size I. It's a 5.5mm crochet needle, and I am using Chevron Simply Soft. It's 4-ply acrylic, but you can use any kind of 4-ply yarn that you would like. Okay, to start off, you want to start off with a chain of 72. I'm going to do mine a little bit smaller just to show you how to start the chevron stitch, because I actually did this this video yesterday, but for some reason this part got cut out, so now I'm just doing it over. So I'm just going to show you on a smaller scale. But I did a chain of 72 with mine. And if you want to make your bag bigger or smaller, the sharper chevron stitch that I'm doing requires a foundation chain in multiples of 14, and then you need to add 2 more for your base chain. So once you get your chain of 72 done, we're going to do a double crochet in the 3rd stitch from the hook, and we never count the one that's on our hook. So 1, 2, double crochet in that 3rd one, and then we're going to go right back into that same stitch and do 1 more double crochet, just like that. Okay, now we're going to put 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. That's actually the start of our repeat. Now in the next, what we're going to do next is we're going to double crochet 3 together. So how we do that is we're going to yarn over and we're going to go into the next stitch. We're going to grab our yarn and draw up a loop. We're going to yarn over and go through the first 2 loops. And we want to yarn over and we want to go directly into the next stitch. Grab our yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2. And we're going to do that one more time. We're going to yarn over and go into the next stitch. Grab our yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2. So we went through 3 stitches and we got 4 loops on our hook. Now we want to yarn over and go through all 4 loops. And that's how you double crochet 3 together. Now we need to do that again. So we're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, grab my yarn, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2, and then we want to yarn over again, go into the next stitch, draw up a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2. We went through 3 again, and we should have 4 loops on our hook, and we want to yarn over and go through all 4. So we double crocheted 3 together 2 times, just like that. So after that, we want to do a double crochet, 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. So there's 1. Now this stitch isn't hard once you get to going. Don't be intimidated by it. Oops. 2, and double crochet in the 3rd, and 3. So I just did 3 double crochets in a row. Now in the next stitch, I want to put 3 double crochet all in the same stitch, and I want to do that twice. So the next stitch, I'm going to put 3 double crochets in it. There's 1, all in the same stitch, 2, and 3, and then I want to go to the next stitch and do 3 double crochets in that. Just like that. As you can tell, it's starting to make the little points. And now we just want to keep repeating what we just did. So now we're going to do 3 double 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, and 3. So that's just 3 double crochets in a row. And then I want to do a double crochet 3 together twice, just like we did down here. So we want to yarn over, go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go in the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over, go through the first 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through the first 2. So we did that 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Should have 4 loops. Yarn over and go through all 4. So that was a double crochet 3 together. Now we need to do that exact same thing again. You need to do that twice, 2 times in a row. Like that. Now we do 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now it's 3 double crochet into the next stitch, and we do that twice. So 3 double crochet all into the same stitch. And then we need to go to the next stitch and do 3 double crochet in that stitch. 1, 2, 3. And then we start a repeat. 3 double crochets, 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. So there's 1, 2, 3, and now we need to double crochet 3 together twice. There's 1. Go into the next stitch, and we need to do a double crochet 3 together again. So we did the double crochet 3 together twice. Then we do 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Now remember, I made mine smaller, so I'm at the end, but you're probably not at the end yet. You would just keep repeating. After this, your next one would be the 3 double crochets all in the same stitch twice, and then you just keep repeating. Because I made mine shorter, so because I did this earlier. But this is what it's starting to look like. It makes a little bit more of a pointy chevron stitch than the normal chevron does. But you keep going, and once you get to the end of yours, you should have 1 stitch left. And then that 1 stitch, you want to do 3 double crochets all into the same stitch. Just like that. And that would finish that row off. Then when you do that, you want to chain 3 and turn, or you can turn and chain 3, whichever one you prefer. I know everybody does that different. Now we're going to go right back into the same stitch right here and do 2 more double crochet into that stitch. So counting that chain 3 right there, that's like having 3 in the same stitch. Now we're just going to repeat the chevron stitch again. We're going to do 1 double crochet each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and then we need to double crochet 3 together twice. So we go in, drop a loop, go for the first 2 again, go through all 4. So that's 1 double crochet 3 together. We need to do it again. Two double crochet 3s together. Okay, now it's 3 double crochets, 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. There's 1, 2, 3. Now we need to do 3 double crochets in the next stitch, all in the same stitch. And then we need to go to the next stitch and put 3 more double crochets all into the same stitch. One double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and double crochet 3 together twice. Once, twice, 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, 3 double crochets into the next stitch. 1, 2, 3, and then we need to put 3 double crochets into the next stitch again. 1, 2, 3. 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. And double crochet 3 together twice. So there's 1 double crochet 3 together. Two double crochet 3s together, 1 double crochet into the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3, and I'm coming to the end. You're probably not, because yours is going to be bigger than mine, because remember I did the sample piece. But when you come to the end of yours, you just did 3 double crochets, 1 in each the last 3 stitches. But there is 1 more stitch right here, and that's the that's the turning chain, and you want to make sure that you go into that, otherwise it's going to be all crooked. But it looks like it's not there, but it is. And on this last one, go right in the top of the turning chain. Just, I know can't hardly see it, but you need to put 3 double crochets in that last turn chain. You want to make sure you get that every time. Like that. And then you want to chain 3 and turn. And then we're going to repeat what we just did. And we're going to keep repeating back and forth. You can change colors as often as you want. I actually did 3 rows of each color, and then I switched. You can make it all one color. You can switch after each zigzag. It's really up to you. I'll go ahead and show you how to switch colors. So when you're coming to the end of the row, just like this, and you want to switch colors, and you're doing 3 double crochets in the last stitch, on your third one, you go ahead and pull through and draw through the first 2 loops, and this is where you'll switch colors. At this point, before you yarn over and go through the last 2 loops, you just use your new color to do that. And then I always kind of just flip it over and make a little tie back here, so while I'm working it doesn't slip away. And then that's when you would start with your new color by chaining 3 and turning. And then at the end, when you want to sew in all your tails, you can either leave the knot in and tie them in, sew them in, or I always undo my knot and pull it tight and then sew in my tails. That way I don't have a knot in my work. And then you would just go back into the same stitch and do 2 more double crochets. So counting that chain 3, that's going to be a total of 3. And then you just keep going. 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. And then double crochet 3 together, and you just follow the pattern. And it'll start rippling. And that's all there is to it. So I'll let you know how many rows that I do total. Okay, after you get all your rows done, I did 7 rows of the stripes with 3 rows in each, so 21 rows total. But you can definitely make it bigger if you want. Now, you can start anywhere you want. Just start with a slip down on your hook in any spot you want. And I'm just going around the whole thing. I already started with a row of single crochet, 1 in each stitch. So I went across this straight top here, putting 1 single crochet in each stitch. And now I'm working on this curved side here. And when we get to here, I'm going to try to straighten this out a little bit, and it's really easy. I'm going to show you how you do it. I just went around the corner doing 1 crochet in each stitch, and then when I get here in between these curves, you're going to find 2 stitches right in the middle, the point of the curve. That's where we did the 3 together. And then there's going to be stitches before it. So we want to find the 2 in the middle of each curve, and then the 2 before it. So single crochet until you get to the 2 stitches before these curved stitches. So if that makes any sense, just put 1 single crochet in each stitch. Here's my 2 in the curve. 1, 2. So I want a single crochet to that stitch. And when I get to that one, I want to put a half double in that one. And then I want to put a half double in the one next to the curved stitches. And then in the 2 that make the point or the curve or whatever you want to call it, I want to put a double in each one of them. So there's 1. It's storming out here at my house. The thunder's really loud. And then another. And then you want to go back up, putting a half double in the next, and then the half double in the one after that. So there's 1 half double, 1 half double, and then you just want to continue doing 1 single crochet in each stitch all the way around until you get to the point in this curve here, 2 before that. So go ahead and we'll work over there. 1 single in each stitch. I hope this is making sense. It's just kind of evening out the points and making them straight. Just 1 single, and right here is my 2 stitches in the point, or the curve of it, whatever you want to call it. I'll call it the point. And then you want to do a half double in the one before it and a half double in the one before that. So 2 half doubles in a row, and then you'll be in the 2 that's in the point. You do a double crochet in this one and a double crochet in this one, and then we do a half double in the one after and a half double in the one after that. So I'm at the stitch. Here's my 2 in the point, and I'm 2 before it, so I'm going to do a half double and then a half double in the next, and then I'm in the 2 that makes the point of my little blanket here, or piece of fabric. Double crochet in the first one, double crochet in the next, and then I want to do a half double in the next and a half double in the next, and then I'll just continue around doing 1 single crochet in each stitch until I get over here to this little point, this dip. And all that's doing is just kind of a little bit, I guess, making it a little bit straighter across. Not perfect, but it's making it look a little bit better. So you just want to continue that around, doing the half doubles and doubles through these points, and then when you get to the side, you just work when you get to the side, you just continue to work in 1 single crochet all the way across, and then when you get to this side, you'll be working 1 single crochet, but you'll be doing the same thing that we just did in these points, just to bring it up a little bit in the center to kind of even it out. And then you just continue around, just outlining the whole thing. Okay, I made it back around after that row of single crochet around these edges, and then around the curve edges where I did that double crochet and the half double in the points, and that's what it kind of looks like. See, it doesn't, I didn't get it exactly. It's going to have a little bit of a curve there, and that's fine because this is close enough to being straight. It don't look too bad actually. And it doesn't, even if you didn't do that, it would still turn out if you just put single crochets all around. But I just wanted to straighten up the edges a little bit. And then I made it back to where I started, and I just slip stitched into my first single crochet. Now what we're going to do is we're going to do a row of decreases all the way around my piece of fabric. Single crochet decreases. So I just slip stitched into my first single crochet to end that last round I just did. Now I want to chain 1, and I'm going to do a single crochet decrease in every stitch all the way around. So I'm going to go into the next stitch, I'm going to grab my yarn and drop a loop, and I'm going to go into the next stitch after that. I'm going to grab my yarn and drop a loop, and then I'm going to yarn over and go through all 3 loops on my hook, and that is a single crochet decrease. What it did is it took 2 stitches and it made it into 1. Now I want to go to the next stitch, grab my yarn, drop a loop, and then the next one, grab my yarn, drop a loop, yarn over, and go through all 3 loops on my hook. go into the next stitch, grab my yarn, drop a loop, the next stitch, grab my yarn, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. Go into the next stitch, grab, drop a loop, the next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. And you want to make sure you pull kind of tight because it's going to bunch up our fabric, and that's what we want it to do. So I'm just going to go around my whole piece doing these single crochet decreases in every stitch. And you want to make sure when you do these decreases the stitches start to pull really tight, and you want to make sure you don't go into the same stitch twice, otherwise you won't be decreasing. Into the next one, drop a loop, and the next one, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. And I'm just going to repeat this single crochet decreases all the way back around to where I just started. Okay, I made it back around after my first row of the single crochet decreases, and I'm back to my starting point. And as you can tell, it's kind of starting to gather up. And that's what you want it to do. Now, I'm going to be folding it where the top of the bag, where the stripes are vertical. Like this, up and down. So, and this is going to be the top. So as you can tell, on the sides, I need to decrease again because it's still kind of wide open on both sides. So what we're going to do is I'm back to where I started. I'm going to decrease these both sides again. I got it folded how I want it with the lines going up and down. I'm going to decrease the sides again, but these tops I'm not going to. I'm only going to just put one single crochet in each of the tops. I'm not going to do decreases on them. So I'm back to where I started, and I'm right here, and this is the top of my bag. So now I'm just going to do, instead of decreasing along the tops, I'm just going to do one single crochet in each stitch. So I'm just working one single crochet in each stitch because I'm working on the top part of my bag and I don't want it to be decreased anymore. So putting one single crochet in each stitch is not going to make it decrease anymore. Here's the top because my lines are running vertical, so I'm just going straight across. Doing one in each stitch. Okay, I'm getting ready to turn the corner here, and it doesn't have to be perfect, but right where you think about the top is going to run out and the side starts. Now along the side of the bag, I want to do another row of single crochet decreases. So I'm just going to do a decrease in every stitch. Go into the stitch, grab my yarn, drop a loop, go in the next stitch, drop a loop, yarn over and go through all 3. And I'm going to decrease in every stitch all along the side of this bag. Okay, I went across the side here with the row of decreases. Now I'm coming back around the corner to the other side of the top of my bag. This is the top because my lines are running vertical. And I just want to put one single crochet in every stitch across the top, just like I did on the opposite side. So no decreases now. Now it's just one single crochet in every stitch across. Till I get to the other side. Okay, coming to the other side, and just somewhere around here where you, after you get to the corner, now we want to start doing one single crochet decrease in every stitch down this side, because we just did the top of the bag, just like we did on the other side. We're going to decrease in every stitch, and this is going to make the sides a little bit smaller. Decrease all the way down. Okay, I made it back around after that round, and I'm back to my starting point. And now you can layer back out. Here's what the bag looks like when your lines are running vertical. This is going to be what the top would be, and this is the sides. And you can do it that way if you want. It just looks a little bit different if you want the lines to run horizontal. You can just flip it around, match up the corners here, check it out, and that's how it's going to look running horizontal. And you can do it either way that you want. Once you decide which way you want to do it, I'm going to make my lines run. In the beginning I was going to have them run vertical, but now I changed my mind and I kind of like the way it looks. The lines running horizontal, back and forth. So, but like I said, either way. And once you figure out which way you want your lines to run, you figure out your top. The top, if you want your lines to run horizontal like this is going to be your top. And that's how I'm going to do mine. So I'm going to go ahead and tie off from where I just stopped last time. And then I just want to hide that tail. And I hope that it's not too confusing. These bags are always a little bit confusing to explain, for me anyways. Because there's always one side that has to be a little bit more decreased than the other, and it's just kind of... Okay, you can kind of tell where your corners are, the points. Okay, that's how mine's going to be. And these are going to be my openings. So now I just want to go across the top of both sides and put my little bit of a brim on them. So I'm just going to start with the slip knot on my hook. And then I'm just going to start somewhere up here. You can find whichever corner. And I'm going to go across the top here to this corner. And back and forth with rows of single crochet. So you just find about where the top starts up here in the corner. You know, it doesn't have to be perfect, but... And then pull through that slip knot on your hook. And I apologize if this yarn is dark. Okay, you want to go back into that same stitch and do a single crochet. And then I'm going to go across the whole top piece with one single crochet, knit stitch, and now what we're doing is we're putting a little thick little brim part on the bag. And I'm just working my way across the top of the bag to the other side. When I get to the other side, I want to chain one and turn, and I'm going to go across that same spot again, same line we just did, with another row of single crochet. Just one single crochet in each stitch across this top part. Here's my clip that. That was the tail. I just clipped it so it wasn't confusing anybody. Okay, and then when you get to the other side where you started out, go ahead and chain one and turn your work again, and then I'm going to go across again with another row of single crochet, one in each stitch, and I'm just going to keep going across the top with rows of single crochet back and forth until I get the little brim part of the bag as thick as I want it to be. And you can do yours as thick as you want. And I'm not quite sure how thick I'm going to make mine, just to whatever looks right. Probably a few more rows. But I'll let you know here in just a minute how many rows total I did. And then you need to do the exact same thing on the opposite part of the bag, the other top part. Okay, I went ahead and did 5 rows of single crochet for my brim of my bag, and I did it on both sides. Okay, so now I'm going to add some handles, and I've done these handles before on another tutorial, but I'll go ahead and show you again in case you haven't seen that one. I'm just going to start right here. I'm going to pick one side. Here's the brim of my bag. I'm just going to start right at the bottom of it in the corner. And I'm just going to pull through. And you can actually start anywhere you want. It's not really going to make a difference. Okay, I want to go back into that same stitch that we just started in and do a single crochet. And then I'm going to do a single crochet up the side of this brim. So just kind of evenly space out some stitches up the side of it. Like that. So now I'm going to chain a chain as long as I want my handles to be. And you want to make sure you keep track of what number you use so you can do the same on the other side. But I'm going to make the chain long enough for the handle to reach to the other side of this brim. So I'm going to go ahead and make mine. Just gonna check it. Okay, I'm gonna do a chain of 40. But you do as many as you want. Mine's not gonna be like that. Let me look. I'm actually gonna do 45. But you do as many as you want, like I said. Now once you get your chain, as long if you want long handles or short handles or whatever, as long as you want, we're going to just stretch, just come right over. Here's where we started. There's the top of the brim. We made our chain. And bring it right over here to the other side of the same brim. And single crochet right in the top of it. That. And then one single crochet down the side of it, just like we did on the other side. Just evenly space them out. Okay, now we're just going to continue single crocheting, one in each stitch down and around the side of the bag, all the way here, one single crochet in each stitch until we get to the other side that has the brim. So I'm going to continue around doing one single crochet in each stitch around the side of the bag. We're just working around the bag now. Okay, and then when I get to the other side here, now I'm at to where my other brim of my bag is at. I want a single crochet up the side of this brim. Just keep going. And then I want to make a chain the same size as I did on the other side, and I did 45, so 1, 45, and then I just want to carry it over and single crochet into the top of the other side of the same brim, just like we did, and then single crochet down the side of it. Single crochet, one in each stitch around the side of the bag, all down this part of the bag, one in each stitch. Okay, and now we're getting ready to come to where we started. Here's our starting point, and all we're going to do is continue to single crochet around. Just here's the first single crochet we crocheted in, or we started with. Just go ahead and single crochet in it, and single crochet up the side of the brim, one in each stitch, and then when we get to our chain for our handle, we're just going to put one single crochet in each chain on the handle, just like this. And this is what is going to make our handles thicker. We're just going to keep going with one single crochet through the handle and then back around, and we're just going to go around again, one single crochet in every stitch till we get to the other side of the handle. And then we do one single crochet into this handle and keep going around, and we're just going to keep going around and around, single crochets down the side, up the sides of the brim and on the handle. Just keep going around and around until we get to however thick we want our handle to be. Okay, I went ahead and did 4 more rows on the handles, but you can make them as thick as you want. And then I just had this old necklace that I got in the bottom of an auction box that I got at the auction one day, and I thought it was really pretty, so I just cut the chain short and then I just sewed it on each side with some yarn. That's nothing that you have to do unless you have some old jewelry laying around. I think it looks really cool. But that's it. That's all there is to it. Don't forget to check out my Facebook page. I'm on Pinterest and my Google Blogger page. I'll put a link to all them at the beginning of the video and below in the descriptions. And I hope you enjoyed my tutorial. And until next time, have a nice day.